In the same way as we saw in the last class, for a disciple, if the guru begins in a nice way, but eventually the guru starts to deviate more and more and more, there's place for the disciple to reject the guru. So the guru should have a chance to reject the disciple who eventually becomes a monster or whatever, once after accepted. And indeed, although we have no scriptural injunction for that, as we shared already, about the possibility of a guru rejecting a disciple, what we find is an interesting example, well-known one in Shastra, that somehow could be connected in this regard. Let's see how much. And that's the example of Madhavendra Puri and Ramachandra Puri. Madhavendra Puri rejects Ramachandra Puri, at least in some form, at least it seems so. Although, interestingly, if we go to that section of Chaitanya Charitamrita, we'll see that in one sense, it's never clear that Madhavendra Puri rejected Ramachandra Puri completely as a disciple. In fact, in the comments of those verses, Srila Prabhupada mentions that, speaks about the guru rebuking the disciple as something favorable for the disciple, like just mercy through chastisement or something. And in fact, in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Antya-lila, chapter 8, verse 32, just in case you want to check, it's mentioned that Ramachandra Puri received nigrahera, which means chastisement, which it's not the same as disowning. But then Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya-lila, chapter 8, verse 99, speaks about upeksha kaile, which sometimes is translated as rejection, which seems to give the idea that actually the guru can reject the disciple, but also we have to speak which type of rejection. You can reject someone for a moment, sometimes of rebuking, as we say, or some very different things to disown the person and to totally cut all ties with the disciple. And interestingly, the term upeksha kaile, although sometimes it's translated as rejecting, also sometimes it can be translated as disregard, neglect, like a form of indifference, and which can very much apply to this particular situation of Madhavendra Puri and Ramachandra Puri, in which context these words appear. Because as you know, Ramachandra Puri was rejected, rebuked, whatever, neglected by his guru on Madhavendra Puri's very last days, while Madhavendra Puri was lamenting in an ecstatic way, etc., in separation from Sri Krishna. And Ramachandra Puri came there to instruct his guru, Madhavendra Puri, and told him to meditate on Brahman and stop lamenting, because Madhavendra Puri was lamenting in divine separation. So this is an extreme case. We see it's not just like a normal situation. And being told, very much enraged, Madhavendra Puri to say that he told Ramachandra Puri, get out and don't show me your face to me. So he didn't say, I disown you as my disciple. Just told him, get out of my room now. Of course, as a result of that Guru Aparadha, it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Ramachandra Puri became a critic of everyone and of everything, basically, including Mahaprabhu himself. So even if we want to take this as an example of a guru rejecting a disciple, which is not something clear, as we can see, we should then say this is a totally extreme case. Like you have here a disciple who is actually a Maya body, who is suggesting meditate on Brahman, and he's instructing someone like Madhavendra Puri on his deathbed in impersonal terms. Like forget about Radha and Krishna and focus on Brahman in your last breath. It's like the worst possible scenario. But interestingly, if we would like to think, okay, Madhavendra Puri rejected Ramachandra Puri, after this incident, Mahaprabhu meets with Ramachandra Puri, and Mahaprabhu shows respect to Ramachandra Puri, at least formally, if you will, but he washed his feet. He said, I'm your student, you are my guru, he even said to Ramachandra Puri. And he treated Ramachandra Puri with that respect because Ramachandra Puri is a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. So the point that Mahaprabhu treated him with such respect as a disciple of Madhavendra Puri implies that he was not actually disowned as a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. So, but rejected on some level. Again, it's not the same to speak about rejection and disowning. There are levels of all that.